Welcome back to Wave Dalker, another State of the Orioles address. We're doing the 10 game in check-in, and it's looking bleak, guys. So yeah, let's just pull up some stats here. The Orioles are 4-6 through 10 games. They took 2 out of a 4-game set against Toronto, took the series opener against Boston, then lost the first 2, lost the series opener against Kansas City, won the middle game, and then just lost today 4-1. So let's see. When was the last time the Orioles were 2 games under? Can StatMuse do this for me? Well, let's do some digging while I talk. Yes, the Orioles are 4-6. Yeah, that's kind of mid. But it's early. But also, this is a team with playoff World Series aspirations, and they're 4-6 through 10 games. Let's see. I know for a fact we were not 2 games under 500 in 2024, 2023. No way, Jose. 2022. That's my bet. So let's see here. Yeah, I mean we started off 0-3. So the last time we were 2 games under 500. Well, I mean it was probably sometime during the season, but point still stands. Yeah, the Orioles are 2 games under 500. It's 10 games in, but we are in last place in the AL East. Oh my god, I didn't even realize that. I mean, to be fair, the AL East isn't this insanely stacked division. I mean, it is, but you look at Yankees are 6-2, Blue Jays are 5-4. Boston, Tampa hasn't even played 10 games yet, but maybe they have. Let's check on MLB.com. They stay more up to date. But yeah, this is it's mid, not schedule. Oh my god. And yeah, I mean, you can't really chalk it up to much right now. I mean, starting pitching. I mean, yeah, we're still in last place. Yankees are 6-3. Boston 5-4. Toronto flush at 500. Tampa Bay is 4-5. But we are in last place in the AL East. Granted, it is through 10 games. But yeah, just not a lot's going right now. Nobody's really jumping off the page. Sugano had a great start game 2. I'm still feeling really good about Cade Povich. Maybe I'm in the minority there, but I mean, if Jorge Mateo shows any semblance of competence in the outfield, he probably goes 6 innings, 2 earned runs. But I mean, yeah, he's 0-1 with a 6.10, 194 whip, 12 strikeouts over 10.1 innings pitched. He went 6 innings today. You gotta tip your cap to him with that. But I mean, it's just a bummer. I mean, same thing with Dean. I mean, in game 1, Heston had a hard time tracking down a foul ball or a fly ball, and that led to a few more runs. There's a lot of defensive miscues. But I think my biggest issue is the fact that Brandon Hyde insists on trotting out these lineups that is, very righty-lefty dependent. We're facing a lefty. Well, let's put out a bunch of righties. When this Bubic guy has reverse splits, and we still put out, 5 or 6 righties. And Brandon Hyde's just well, we signed all these right-handed guys in the offseason. Let's give them some reps. Let's see. Brandon Hyde post-game presser. See if we can get this oaf, straight from the horse's mouth. Let's see here. Here we go. No, not this. Straight from the horse's mouth. Let's turn this up a little bit. Can I get the video? Even Cardinals fans are... But yeah, I mean, Gunnar looks like a cadaver with a bat right now. He's batting .090 through his first 3 games, striking out a zillion times. That's a bummer.
Year-old Cade Slim Shady.
No, this is what I want to see.
Nice.
I do want to see Cade looking nice, but I mean, I can probably find it on Twitter, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same shit, different day with Brandon Hyde. And I was going into this season kind of feeling. What was that? Yeah, that's right. He is a terrorist. Um, but back to serious business here. Brandon Hyde, media. Let's hear it straight from the horse's mouth here.
Having reverse splits factor into the lineup decisions at all today? You went with a righty-heavy lineup. You had Kerstad and Holiday on the bench.
Yeah, no, it's more of we acquired and signed right-handed guys to face left-handed starters, and we're going to give them an opportunity, especially early in the year here, to hopefully handle left-handed pitching for us.
What does that even mean? What are you talking about? The question was, let's go back to the question.
Reverse splits factor into the lineup decisions at all today? You went with
Did reverse splits factor into the lineup at all today?
righty-heavy lineup. You had Kerstad and Holiday on the bench.
Righty-heavy laptop. This is a lefty on the mound. We're going through a lot of righties. Reverse splits. This guy struggles against righties, or struggles against lefties. No way. Yeah, he struggles against lefties and is good against righties. But we went with a righty-heavy lineup.
Yeah, no, it's more of we acquired and signed right-handed guys to face left-handed starters, and we're
We got Laureano and O'Neill. I'm like, you know what? The stats say what they say, but we're just going to trot out these guys because we paid them money and Mike Elias has a gun to my back. It's just frustrating. And, this is obviously an isolated thing last year, but like one of the big, like, this is great, but one of the big, like, straw that broke the camel's back last year, for me at least, was there was like a late season game. I think I want to say like August, or like it was like September, or like July or August or something. Winnable game, big. I think it was a big implication game just in terms of seeding in playoffs, or just trying to make a push in the AL East. And we pinched hit Ryan O'Hearn for Austin Slater because a righty was coming in, righty reliever, and Slater has reverse splits. He tears up righties, but has a hard time against lefties, and it's just like it just keeps happening. And then Kerstad and Holiday weren't in the lineup today when they've been two of our best hitters. Mullins wasn't in the lineup today, and he said another thing about that where it's like, I bookmarked it. Did I bookmark it? I feel like I did. No, but he was saying like, oh yeah, this is one game out of 162. He's been playing some really great ball recently, but we want to give him a rest. It's like, dude, he has an injury history, sure, but games in April come back to bite us in September. Like, this is a rubber match game against an American League team. When it's just, I just don't understand it. Like, these scheduled off days so early in the season just don't make any sense. Like, I understand a scheduled off day if a guy is making his return from like a hamstring injury, and we're being, we're trying to reel back on sending him out there every day. But it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't get it. Let's take a look at some stats here. Yeah, I mean, Mullins has been our best hitter. OPSing over 1,000, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. He's stealing bases. And we rest him in a rubber match. Westy has taken a backseat hitting wise. Adley's taken a backseat. Kowser's obviously out for a while. Holiday's been mashing. O'Neill's been mashing, but he's taken a few steps back over the last few games. Gunnar has struck out 7 times across 13 at bats in 3 games with 1 hit. Kerstad's been mashing over the last few games. Hitting lefties, hitting the ball opposite field. Ramon Laureano may as well not even be out there. Mateo, same thing. Mounty's been looking good. O'Hearn's been looking all right. Gary Sanchez, we didn't really sign him to hit, and Ramon Arias has been looking great. But it's just the insistence, and it's just the constant insistence on neglecting analytics and just being like, oh, righties hit lefties, lefties hit righties. Like, he is just the epitome of, I don't know, think of some random meme. He's dumb. I don't like Brandon Hyde. And then, starting pitching has obviously been an issue, but Kate Povich gets a pass for me. Eflin looks solid. Kramer gets a pass for me. I think he's just getting unlucky. Povich and Kramer are just getting unlucky. Eflin has just been looking solid. Like, he's going out there, and he's had 2 great starts. He's not walking guys. Dominguez, Soto, Baker, Cano, and I think there's one other scoreless guy, maybe not. They all look fantastic. I think the Colonel, Senor Perez, has lost his touch a little bit. Charlie Morton may as well be in a home at this point. Albert Suarez, meh. I could really, do without him. It's early, and obviously, baseball is similar to basketball, but in a more extended sense. It's a game of runs. But I don't know. It's very frustrating to see a team that won 101 games 2 seasons ago, won 91 last year, back to back playoff berths. And obviously last year we kind of limped into the playoffs, but I mean, we have, when he's on his game, a top 10 player in baseball. We have one of the best catchers in baseball, one of the best, I don't know. There's a lot of talent on this team, and going into the year, I was kind of high on Brandon Hyde because I kind of had a shift. I kind of tried to shift my view because obviously I'm an Eagles fan, and coming into this year, there was some question marks around Nick Sirianni. But then, as the season went on, I was like, okay, this guy, he's not going to be, your prime X's and O's guys. Like, he's not going to be like a McVay, a Mike McDonald, like one of those guys that you hire to kind of be this, like, football nerd, X's and O's. Like, he's a locker room guy. Like, the players love him. Like, there's that clip of Mekhi Becton hugging him after the Super Bowl. There's that clip of C.J. Gardner-Johnson after the NFC Championship. Like, this is a locker room culture guy. And I was like, you know what? Maybe Brandon Hyde's that. Like, maybe he's a dumbass when it comes to, lineup configuration and just refuses to acknowledge analytics. But maybe, the players love to play for him. But I'm just not getting that sense. I'm just kind of getting the sense that this guy scratches his ass, writes a bunch of righties whenever the lefty's on the bump and then calls it a day. And I've yet to kind of see, like, that's kind of been my idea about him the last, 2.5 seasons, like, just kind of a real lack of game sense. I think he handles pitchers relatively well, but in terms of just managing the offense and managing the guys that are out there each day and putting Jorge Mateo in the outfield when we have O'Neill, Laureano, Carlson, Kerstad, Mullins, like just a plethora of competent defensive outfielders, and we put, the injury-prone, just kind of non-factor infielder out in the center, and then that cost us, 2 runs? The ice that Brandon Hyde is on is paper thin. I've just kind of, I don't understand. I don't know what else has to happen. I don't know. And I don't even know if there's even a universe out there where Mike Elias lets him go. I think Mike Elias and Brandon Hyde are in cahoots with one another to kind of tank this organization. And I think David Rubenstein just kind of gets locked in a room with a bunch of hats and ice cream and just licks it and then tweets out Orioles shit whenever we win once a week. Like, I don't know what goes on in the warehouse. I don't know what goes on. It's like that, that x-ray of that, symbol monkey in Brandon Hyde's head. It's just, like, Mike Elias, you drafted Adley Rutschman and Gunnar Henderson in the same draft. You drafted Jordan. Like, you hit the jackpot with these young dudes, but at what point does that wear off for, I don't understand. I don't get it. I think there's just a lot of overthinking and mismanagement of one of the more talented rosters. Like, if you remove names, if you remove, if you take everything away from this team besides the numbers, the stats over the last, let's say 3 seasons. Let's take in, 2022 or 2023, 2024, 2025 stats. This is one of the more talented rosters in the league. I'd say probably, top 10 in terms of just talent and what they are capable of doing on the baseball field. But then, you make Brandon Hyde manage it, and you make Mike Elias, make phone calls and ink deals with these dudes. I don't know. It's a frustrating 10 games. We got Arizona up next. We got Toronto, if we can win, I think it's 2-3 game sets, I believe. Let's check. I'm going to the game on Saturday, all orange game. That'll be great. Yeah, 2-3 game sets with an off day on Thursday. I would love to win 4 out of 6. Is that asking too much? I don't really know, but I hope not, because I love the Orioles, and I want this. I don't want this team this season to be in the toilet come June. I'd like for us to be, you know, because the Yankees took a step back. I think Boston probably, took the biggest step forward. I think the Rays, I think, I don't know. I think we are. It's just there's so much there, and none of it's clicking. I don't know. Just play the kids. Don't ever think of Brandon Hyde. Do what the analytics are telling you. This shit isn't little league anymore. He just has a baseball for dummies book under, in his office. He's just like, oh, okay, righties hit lefties, perfect. Let's do that. Oh, utility players can play anywhere. All right, you know what? Let's do that. Jorge Mateo, you're going in center field in the rubber match against an American League opponent. I'm running out of patience. And obviously, who cares what I think? But I cares what I think. And I think that Brandon Hyde sucks. Yeah. Go O's. Peace out.